Hi folks, Simon here, welcome back to the channel. You know, even before the game's release, there was a lot of talk, a lot of rumour online about a potential day one patch for Final Fantasy VII Remake. You know, it wouldn't have been a surprise, a lot of games get them, don't they, nowadays? But of course, the game came out and there was no patch in sight. However, in all fairness, on my particular playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and we did get the Platinum Trophy, which involved going through the game a couple of times on various difficulties, there wasn't really, from what I can recall, any serious game-breaking bugs that prevented us from making progress. The only issue that we really encountered is, of course, the infamous, in fact, texture issue, where textures are not correctly mapped into the environment, which causes this blurred effect, kind of taking us back to the PS1 era. It's not very appealing, and it can take you out of the experience. A lot of people have expected this to be fixed, and there hasn't really, as far as I know, been a serious official comment on this by Square. Although perhaps it has been mentioned that this is a hardware issue rather than an actual software bug, and that it is the limitations of the PS4 console that's causing this to happen. That said, I'm sure there have been other bugs as well, and even if I haven't been personally affected by them during my own playthrough, perhaps some of you guys have been. Now then, the reason why I'm talking about all of this today is because, finally, 194 days later, or 6 months since the official release of the game, our first patch is upon us. Yes, this is the debut of version 1.01 of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I do believe you can download it now from the PlayStation Network, wherever you are in the world, regardless of region. However, don't get too excited. Square doesn't always accomplish a whole lot in 6 months, as we know from experience, and in this case, the official patch notes read, very simply, various bug fixes. That's it. There is no further details provided as to what 1.01 actually fixes in the original game. The size of the update is only about 200 megabytes, so there's certainly no new content that's being included here. But that's fair enough. The first thing I wanted to know is, have they fixed that texture update? There's been so much talk about it online over the last few months. Have Square finally managed to get it sorted? So I loaded up Chapter 3 for the infamous bedroom scene where the door in particular to Cloud's apartment is just atrocious looking, and to find out if that has now been fixed. And despite getting my hopes up, no, it hasn't been. Okay, the issue is still present and accounted for, and I am playing on a PS4 Pro with an upgraded solid state drive, so I suspect if it's not working in my instance, it's probably not going to have been fixed in yours either. So yeah, I'm kind of reserved to the fact that this texture issue is not going to be resolved until the PS5 release, and hopefully by then the hardware will have caught up with the demands of the game. But of course, this all now begs the question, if the texture issue remains, then what are these various bug fixes? Well, I played through for an hour or so to see if I could notice any difference or any change. I couldn't, but then as I said, I didn't really have any issues even before the patch, outside of the texture problem. So this is where I'm going to throw it over to you guys. Did you encounter any bugs on your playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Remake in version 1.0? And if so, have you tested to see if those bugs have now been fixed in this latest update? Yeah, I am really intrigued to actually discover what they have fixed, so if you guys have any insight into this, then please do share it down in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching, and thank you to everybody who supports my videos, either on Patreon, as a YouTube member, or as a Twitch supporter. Make sure to stay tuned to the channel for any further Final Fantasy updates. I will make sure to share them with you, of course. But thanks so much for stopping by. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, folks.